Hello guys, how is it going? So yeah, a new view today, a new place. Okay. Yeah, because new. I need to play. I need to fix the schedule again. Not going to lie. I really hate this late night. Uh, okay. I hope it's the last time we're this late. But as for now, let's just continue with Tokini Andy. Guys, late, early, we just never going to stop. Never. If it's late, if it's early, if it's just how it is. It's just how it is. So yeah, let's just continue with Tokini Andy. I'm not going to be able to do transitive and intransitive today, even though I wanted. Hopefully tomorrow we do transitive, intransitive. It's been a long time. I think now I know the problem between with immersion kit. For some reason it was not working yesterday, but maybe because I just needed to write it again. I didn't think of that. I don't know, but now it's working though.
毎日普通に過ごせますよ
I wouldn't even see this yesterday. Wouldn't be able to see this. When I changed anime to dorama, it wouldn't change, but now it's changing. So okay. Alright, let's just start. Hopefully it's okay here. Okay. Let's just watch Tokini Andy today and
Right? All right, let's go ahead and
All
jump into That's Why, or So You Mean, with Toyu Wakeda.
Toyu Wakeda.
All right, this is a fun section. There's lots of little points to talk about right here, but it's not as complicated as it looks. We've got That's Why, or You Mean. We're going to cover that one first. That's Why, or You Mean This, with Wakeda. Now, first we're going to have the short form of a verb, any conjugation. It could be negative, past, teiru. It doesn't matter. Is going to take wakeda, with toyu being optional. The full phrase is verb toyu wakeda. That's why something something, or you mean something something. But the toyu is optional and is often dropped, especially in casual conversation. It'll just be like tabeta wakeda, something like that. So that's why you ate it, or so you mean you ate it, depending on the context, and we'll see that later.
That's right.
E adjectives, same thing. The toyu
Wakeda means that's right. Okay. Toyu Wakeda. Wakeda and Toyu Wakeda. Okay.
is optional, plus wakeda. Now, na adjectives and nouns are the two things that we need to be careful with. So, na adjectives plus na, you don't use toyu. So if you're gonna drop toyu, you need to have the na particle before it. So kirei na wakeda. We don't say kirei na toyu wakeda. That doesn't work. So kirei na wakeda. If we're going to use,
maybe it's going to be very short today. Maybe we just 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Bro, I've never done 15 minutes lesson. That's very rare. Or no, just finish the whole video,
use
bro.
toyu wakeda, which is the more formal full expression, then da between the na adjective and toyu wakeda is optional. So it could be kirei toyu wakeda or kirei da toyu. We'll see that later. E adjectives, same thing. The toyu is optional plus wakeda. Now, na adjectives and nouns are the two things that we need to be careful with. So, na adjectives plus na, you don't use toyu. So if you're gonna drop toyu, you need to have the na particle before it. So kirei na wakeda. We don't say kirei na toyu wakeda. That doesn't work. So kirei na wakeda. If we're going to use toyu wakeda, which is the more formal full expression, then da between the na adjective and toyu wakeda is optional. So it could be kirei toyu wakeda or kirei da toyu wakeda if you want to emphasize the adjective a little bit more. The da adds more emphasis. So kirei da toyu wakeda is a little bit more strong than kirei toyu wakeda. Okay? Same with the nouns. Same exact thing, except it's the no particle comes between them. So noun no wakeda, Andy no wakeda. Or if we want to use toyu wakeda, the full thing, Andy da toyu wakeda or Andy toyu wakeda, with Andy da toyu wakeda no hoga
more stronger.
Emphasizing Andy more. I started to explain in Japanese. No hoga. Anyway, yes. So that's what's going on here. Let's jump into some examples. All of the examples in this section of the lesson are going to be short conversations. So any sentence will only be part of a conversation or a broader context. But this especially only makes sense if it's part of a conversation. So we need to have a conversation to explain the example. So first we have A and B さん. We've got 今日が最後の休みの日なんだ. Today is the last day of vacation. 通りで元気がないわけだね. It's no wonder you are feeling down then. So this 通りで, Quartet brings it up, and I've personally never used it. Personally, ne? That's
Why
just
do I
personally.
hold the microphone?
I asked Yuki about it, and it's a
problem,
it's a thing.
It's a problem when you don't have two monitors because cannot check the chat. Okay. Yanmasa, how is it going, bro? Team is what? Wait, what's that? Team is Yanmasa Neki, by the way, or Niki, Yanmasa Niki. Ude, team is what? Ude ga 太いですね。太い。筋トレしてわけだ。わけだ means, wait, that's what the training, bro. ヤンマサ、thank you very much. Yeah, bro. きれいですね。ムキムキですね。ムキムキ。But wait, I forgot what わけだ already means.
And feeling
no wonder.
You
mean no wonder? Wait, so what does it mean here? 筋トレしているわけだ。No wonder. Strong bro. Yamasa Nikki. How is it going, bro? But yeah, わけだ. It seems easy, but let's see examples because I forgot how to use it.
Emphasizing Andy more. I started to explain in Japanese. の方が. Anyway, yes.
Right.
So that's what's going on here. Let's jump into some examples.
今日が
All of the examples in this section of the lesson are going to be short conversations. So any sentence will only be part of a conversation or a broader context. But this especially only makes sense if it's part of a conversation. So we need to have a conversation to explain the example. So first we have A and B さん. We've got 今日が最後の休みの日なんだ. Today is the last day of vacation. 通りで元気がないわけだね. It's no wonder you are feeling down then. So
no wonder. So 筋トレ means strength training. No wonder you're building strength. No wonder 筋トレしているわけだ. Bro. Okay. No wonder 通りで元気がないわけだ. No wonder you're feeling down.
通りで. Quartet brings it up.
What's 通りで?
And I've personally never used it. Personally, ne? That's just personally. I asked Yuki about it, and it's a it's a thing people use and whatnot. But I've never heard her use it. And she probably has used it. I've just never heard it. And she was like, if we've already got wakeda, it already implies the same meaning as doride. Because doride means no wonder. And so does wakeda. So what it's doing here is it's sort of signaling that wakeda is coming. It's making it a little bit stronger. So keep that in mind, that this will be used with this to give it a little bit more emphasis. But it's not really necessary. It could be genki ga nai wakeda ne without the dorida. That would be fine. But we wanted to add it, and it's in a couple sentences here because it's in the Quartet book, and they mentioned it as something that is often used with wakeda. So, dori de genki ga nai wakeda ne. It's no wonder you're feeling down then. 今日はクッキーを焼いてみたんだ. Today, I tried baking cookies. Today, Yuki tried baking.
今日はクッキーを焼いてみたんだ.
Baking brownies. They were delicious. From a mix that we brought back from America 2 years ago. It was fine. Even though it was expired a year ago. They're still delicious. Anyway, 通りで甘い匂いがするというわけだ. So after a short verb, we can have というわけだ, or we could drop it. It doesn't matter. This sentence would mean the same thing if we said 通りで甘い匂いがするわけだ. Same thing, just a little less complete. So maybe slightly less formal sound, or slightly less formal sounding.
通りで甘い匂いがするというわけだ。
Even though this doesn't sound formal or anything. It would also mean the same thing if we said 甘い匂いがするわけだ. Just that
す
short,
ると
right?
いうわけだ。
In conversation with people you know, that's probably what you're going to say. You're
匂いするわけだ without the という。
probably going to say 甘い匂いがするわけだね.
甘い
As
に
opposed to this full sentence, but either one is
甘
fine.
い匂
So
い
it's
が
no
す
wonder,
るわ
so
けだ。
that's why there's a sweet
Okay.
smell. Either one of these meanings could make sense. So it's no wonder there's a sweet smell. Or so that's why there's a sweet smell. You could translate it either way. 昨日教えてくれた花粉症の薬を飲んだよ。
花粉症薬を飲んだよ。
Yesterday, I tried taking the allergy medicine you told me about.
昨日教えてくれた花粉 means allergy や花粉症薬を飲んだよ。
それでくしゃみが出ていないわけだね。So that explains why you aren't sneezing. So くしゃみ is
くしゃみ
sneeze.
くしゃみ means to sneeze.
And they come out. くしゃみが出る。
くしゃみが出る。I had a voice crack.
それで is
それで
another what's the word am I looking for? Conjunction that is used frequently with わけだ。それで so that means so then. くしゃみが出ていないわけだね。So that explains why you aren't sneezing. This person must sneeze a lot.
それでくしゃみが出ていないわけだね。
それでくしゃみが
昨日教えてくれた you told me about the 花粉症薬を飲んだよ。昨日教えてくれた花粉症薬を飲んだよ。それでくしゃみが出ていないわけだ。
出ていないわけだね。
出ていないわけだね。
So that explains it. 先生のクラスは賑やかだね。Your class is very lively, isn't it? ゲームとかアクティビティをやって楽しく学ぶようにしてるんだ。
楽しく学ぶようにしてるんだ。
I make it a point to make it fun to learn by doing games and activities. 道理で子供たちは人気なわけだね。So here we
人気なわけだね。
finally have a na adjective along with わけだ. So we put na in between it. If we had というわけだ, it would need to be 人気だというわけだ or just 人気というわけだ no adjective. But
道理で子供たちに人気なわけだ。
since we're just using わけだ, it becomes 子供たちに人気なわけだね.
子供たち
No wonder you're popular with the kids. そのアニメのシーズン2を見始めたよ。
そのアニメのシーズン2つ Wait, what?
It would need to be 人気だというわけだ。
と
or
いうわ
just
けだ。
人気というわけだ。No adjective, but since we're just
道理発漢字やそれが道理リーズン
道理
道理でリズナブルエフィカル道ロード
道
means ethical as well journey moral principle way dogma is a Greek word it's special to mean way method okay Nietzsche it has Nietzsche as well and logic
理
by the way logic is also a Greek word a lot of English words are Greek yeah so it's Dori which means reasonable all right okay
using わけだ it becomes 子供たちに人気なわけだね No wonder you're popular with the kids そのアニメのシーズン2を見始めたよ
シーズン2を始めたよ
kids そのアニメのシーズン2を見始めたよ I started watching season 2 of that anime
見始めたよ Okay. I know.
じゃあ、
じゃあ、
もうシーズン
もうシーズ
1、
ン1。
シーズン1、
シーズン
そっか、
1。
シーズン2を見始めた。
シーズン2. Ah,
そっか。
that's what I was confused. That's what I was confused because it said something else.
People say season 2 と season 1 in Japanese
Season
quite
1
frequently. Forgot about that. もうシーズン
Season
1 の
の
話は
話は
知っているわ
知って
けだね。
いるわけだ
So I
ね。
started watching season 2 of that anime. そのアニメのシーズン2を
Season
見始めたよ。
見始めた
Well
よ。
then, じゃあ、that means you already know the story from season 1, doesn't it?
じゃあ、もうシーズン1の話は知っているわけだね。
シーズン1の話は知っているわけだね。The context is the only thing that's going to tell you which meaning of wakeda it is. So here we've got no wonder you're popular with kids. And down here we have that means you already know the story. So the difference is nothing grammatical. You can't tell from the grammar which meaning is going on here. You can only tell from the context. And that's why there's always a conversation here. So let's take a look at the difference between these two sentences. We have
先生の
be
クラ
telling
スは
this person what they do, right? So this is what I make sure to do in my classes. I make sure that I make it a point to be fun and do activities.
ゲームとかアクティビティをやって楽しく学ぶようにしているんだ。
So that means you're popular with the kids. It could work. So that means you're popular with the kids could work. But here we have Dori Day. So I guess in this case, the grammar is
Dori.
pointing out what's going on.
Mm.
Dori Day means no wonder.
No
But
wonder.
contextually speaking, this person already thinks I'm popular with the kids. So we know that's the wakeda that they're using. And Dori Day helps. But even if it wasn't there, we could tell from this one that it's not, so that means you aren't sneezing. We know it means no wonder you're not sneezing. それでくしゃみが出ていない
それでくしゃみが出ていないわけだね。
The sore day is also helping. So I guess it's not true that the grammar doesn't help, but these aren't always there. Generally, you're going to know from context what the meaning is. くしゃみが出ていないわけだね。
出ていない
The
わけ
sore
だ
day
ね。
helps that though. But anyway, contextually speaking, you're going to understand if we're going through that means or no wonder, right? Contextually, we'll know which one we're talking about. This one is quite obvious. Where's the one I'm talking about? This one's quite obviously not going to be no wonder. So もうシーズン1の話は知っているわけだ。
話は知っている
No
わけ
wonder
だ
you already know the season 1 story. Contextually, it might mean that, depending on if you guys were just talking about the season 1 story and the person's like, wow, you know a lot about season 1. And then the person's like, そのアニメの season 2を見始めたよ. I already started watching season 2. Oh, no wonder you know about season 1. もう season 1の話は知っているわけだね. No wonder you already know season 1. But contextually speaking, if they're not talking about the story yet and they're just saying そのアニメの season 2を見始めたよ, they just started saying that, then contextually we know, that means you already know the story from season 1. So we're only going to be able to generally tell from context and sometimes some initial conjunctions like dori de or sore de or ja will help indicate whether or not it means so that means or no wonder. Probably made that more complicated than it needed to be just now. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, on to the next part. 新しくできたケーキ屋さん気になるな。
新しくできたケーキ屋さん気になるな。
I'm curious about the newly opened bakery.
新しくできたthe newly opened bakery ケーキ屋さん気になる I'm curious. Okay.
モンブランがすごく美味しかったよ。
モンブランがすごく美味しかったよ。モンブラン that's an English word. It's the name モンブラン okay.
Their Mont Blanc is super delicious actually.
モンブランがすごく美味しかったよ。
B はもう食べたことあるってわけだね。他はどんな感じだった? That means you already had it, doesn't it? What was the other stuff like? Actually, I was supposed to wait until this sentence to explain what I just tried to explain. So this one points it out much better. So
B はもう食べたことあるってわけだね。 他はどんな感じだった？
B-san just said, I already ate, or their Mont Blanc is very good. So them saying that, A-san now knows, oh, that means you already ate there, right?
も
So this
う、食べたこ
wake,
とあるってわけだ
it
ね。
wouldn't make sense for this to be, no wonder you already ate there. That
That
just wouldn't make
means,
sense
that
contextually, right?
means,
So,
okay.
モンブランがすごく美味しかった. Their Mont Blanc is very good. Then the next sentence being, no wonder you already ate there. How are the other things? Like that wouldn't make sense, right? So contextually, it's super obvious here without any grammatical help to know that that means you already had it. So B さんはもう食べたことあるってわけだね。
B さんはもう食べたことあるってわけだね。
他はどんな感じだった? That means you already had it, doesn't it? What was the other stuff like? Okay, sorry, I should have waited till that sentence to try and explain that whole situation.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into the story. We'll continue the story here. And I'll read it slowly once, then at full speed, we'll go through the English translation and get to question time.
質問時間。Question time. Ewin, how is it going? Still up so late, aren't we? No, I promise, this is the last day I will stay up, okay? Because I hate to stay late. And you see, even the background is different because I'm elsewhere. But I promise this is the last time, okay? I will stay late. I don't know why. Even though I hate it so much. But yeah, because sometimes, some days I work at night, you know?
電話でじゃなくて、店に行って、直に店員さんと話すことにしたから、こんなに時間がかかったわけだ。電話をしていたら、放流音を聞きながらでも、家でゆっくり過ごせた。でも、そうしなかったから、しょうがないなと思いながら、お腹が結構空いていたことに気がついた。その時に家に帰ってご飯を作っていれば、あんな事件が起きなくて済んだかもしれないのに。Full speed?
Okay. I don't even have second monitor. Yeah, we should get more sleep. But yeah, bro, Ewin, though, you know, if we are late, if we are early, if we don't have time, if we are tired, if we don't eat, if we are hungry, the only sure thing is that we are never going to stop, you know? No matter what happens, 決して止まらない。You know? 決して止まらない。いつでも続ける。いつでも。It's just how it is, you know? But yeah, no matter what happens, even if there is war, 決して止まらない。It's just how it is.
電話でじゃなくて、店に行って直に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。
Yeah, that was a very long sentence. 電話でじゃなくて店に行って時間に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。
電話をしていたら放流音を聞きながらでも家でゆっくり過ごせた。でもそうしなかったからしょうがないなと思いながらお腹が結構空いていたことに気がついた。その時に家に帰ってご飯を作っていればあんな事件が起きなくて済んだかもしれないのに。Wonder what happened. So, let's go with the English translation. We have 電話でじゃなくて店に行って直に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。The reason that it took this long is because I went to the shop to talk to a clerk in person instead of using the phone.
The reason. Yanmasa Niki. The reason, there it is. Wakeda. So you can say it for yourself as well, huh? Yeah, about that. How about playing Shinchan tomorrow? After a while. Of course, Iwin. Mad ashita. Konbawa Yuki, how is it going, bro? Tomorrow, but tomorrow early though. So before 5 o'clock. Is it possible? Iwin. Before 5 o'clock afternoon, you know? But Yanmasa. Dori. But Dori means reason though. Is there Dori here? The reason that it took this long is because I went to the shop to talk to a clerk in person instead of using the phone. 電話でじゃなくて店に行って went to the shop. The reason I didn't use the phone, it took this long, 時間に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。
So sometimes wakeda can just mean the reason.
The reason.
電話をしていったら
電話していったら
保留音を聞きながらでも家でゆっくり過ごせた。So if I had used the phone, 電話
Wait, we didn't analyze it correctly though.
what happened. So let's go with the English translation. We have 電話でじゃなくて
電話でじゃなくて
店に行っ
電話でじゃなくて I didn't call because I went to the shop. Instead of using, I didn't use the phone and I went to the shop. 時間に店員さんと with I talked with the clerk.
店に行って
店に行って
直に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。
And that's why the reason it took so much time. Okay, I understand. Around 15. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah. Ewin, we can do it. Wait, so we have 4 o'clock my time. We can do it 1 hour. Yeah, no problem. So it will be 16 my time. Three birthdays in a row. Ewin, that's crazy. So you had fun yesterday, huh? Yesterday, 昨日は楽しかった, huh? 楽しかった. Three birthdays in 1 day. Finally have some time after these crazy few days. Ewin. It was nice though, huh? You celebrated, had parties. But yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Like before 4 o'clock. Yeah, I can. I'll go to the gym early, come back, have a shower, and like 4 o'clock my time, but 3 o'clock you can. We can also chat tomorrow and see. Yeah, of course. We can do it. It's better this way, so I can. The lesson tomorrow is going to be only Shinchan, okay? For 1 hour, 1.5 hour maximum, no more than that. 道理でわけだ。よく使われるパターンですね。めちゃ楽しかったよ。Had a lot of fun, huh? めっちゃ。Wait, what's めっちゃthough? Very めっちゃ楽しかったよ。I'm glad you enjoyed it. Ewin. Sometimes it's nice to have a lot of parties, you know, because you're going to start this season with a lot of work and a lot of study. So, and hopefully you get a degree by the end of the year as well. May or next summer. So next summer you're going to be a Nihongo master with a degree. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, 使われる It's often よく使われるパターンですね。道理で with わけだ。 道理では、省く to omit 省れる。省かれることもありません。ありますか？ありますか？ Okay, okay. So basically it's often, it's used often. And you omit the, and you can omit the 道理で。Alright, you can omit the 道理で as well. It's a deal. 15 until, alright, let's do it. Ewin, let's do it. 3 o'clock. But you also get a bit tired from from all the hype, huh? Yeah. But it's a sweet tired though. It's a sweet tiredness, you know? It's not that something you work and you get tired. It's tired from partying. Suffering from success, like DJ Khaled says. But but yeah, beautiful. But yeah, so tomorrow 3 and between 3 o'clock and 1 and 4:30, we play Shinchan. Shinchan no suru. Shinchan no
The
suru.
reason that it took this long is because
Shinchan wo asobu.
I went to the shop to talk to a clerk in person instead of using
店に行って直。直 means in person, by the way. 直。店に行って直に店員さんと話すことにしたからこんなに時間がかかったわけだ。
the phone. So sometimes wakeda can just mean the reason. 電話をしていったら保留音を聞きながらでも家でゆっくり過ごせた。So if I had used
過ごせた。過ごす。過ごす is this word that we haven't done yet. So yeah, 過ごす。
毎日普通に過ごせますように。
毎日普通に過ごせますよ。
the phone, 電話をしていたら the worst that would happen is I could sit around in my house while listening to hold music. So we don't really say hold music in English. We would just say while on hold or listening to the music on hold. But
電話をしていたら when I called him, when I was calling, Q or 保留音を聞かながらでも家でゆっくり過ごせた。
anyway, there's a word for hold music in Japanese. It's 保留音を聞きながらでも家でゆっくり過ごせた. If I had used the phone, the worst thing that would have happened is I would sit around in my house while listening to hold music. All right. でもそうしなかったからしょうがないなと思いながら。
でもそうしなかったからしょうがないな。I like this しょうがないな in Japanese. It sounds very 日本語 very Japanese.
I thought, but I didn't do that, so nothing can be done about it now. お腹が結構空いていたことに気がついた。
結構空いていたことに気がついた。
I noticed the fact that I had become hungry, quite hungry. その時に家に帰ってご飯も作っていればあんな事件が起きなくて済んだかもしれないのに。At that time, if only I had gone home and made dinner, I would have gotten by without experiencing this trouble. So this ba noni is actually our next section, I believe.
The next one, yeah.
And it means at that time, if only I had gone home and made dinner, I would have gotten by without experiencing this trouble. We'll go over what the ba noni means later. But その時 at that time, 家に帰ってご飯を作っていれば if I had gone home and made food, あんな事件が起きなくて済んだかもしれない. So we have くて済んだ, which is actually from our first section. You can use ないで済む or ずに済む. You can actually also use なくて済む. That actually works fine as well. So あんな事件が起きなくて済んだかもしれないのに I could have gotten by without experiencing this trouble, possibly. All right. So let's go to question time. We have 4 different examples here. A, B, C, D に対して in relation to というわけだを使って返事をしてください. So please respond to one of these questions using というわけで. So the 4 possible sentences that we want you to respond to, you only have to respond to one. The first one is 今玉ねぎを切っているんだ. So right now I'm cutting onions. Second one is
今 玉ねぎを切っているんだ。
子供の頃
子供の
に
頃
イギリスに住んでたんだ。When I was a kid, I lived in England. C is 昨日赤ちゃんの犬が来たんだ。Yesterday, a baby dog came. D is, I guess like we got our puppy. D is デートに誘ったけど断られたんだ。So I invited them on a date, but they turned.
Okay. 今、玉ねぎを切っているんだ。How to say? I forgot. Wait. I have a very nice.
どんな感じだった？
what? So, 玉ねぎを切っているんだ。泣いているわけだ。Is it just 道理で泣いているわけだ。道理で泣いているわけだ。道理で子供たちに人気わけだ。Is it correct? 道理泣いているわけだ。
にイギリスに住んでたんだ。When I was a kid, I lived in England.
道理であなたの英語は道理で英語に上手です。上手わけだ。道理で英語に上手です。
C is 昨日赤ちゃんの犬が来たんだ。Yesterday, a baby dog came.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, I don't know. Is it one word? Is it correct? That's why your eyes are red. Yeah, I'm also hoping to take into exam this year. Can't wait, Ewin. I wish you all the best. You are going to pass. Into exams, so you're getting closer and closer to perfection of Nihongo. But yeah, we're going to start N2, but hopefully the plan, if it goes according to plan, I would start N2 next year as well. So your eyes are red, huh? あなたの目は赤い色わけだ。道理であなたの目は赤い色わけだ。Okay, that's good as well. Yan Masaniki, that's good as well. Okay.
Okay, so that's why tears are coming out of your eyes, something like that. So you want to give an answer with toyu wakeda or just wakeda to one of these examples.
All right.
Let's go ahead and move on to the final section, which is expressing regret.
All right, I said we only do this, but I think I can do 15 more minutes. Well, how much time did we do? About 30 minutes? I think how much time did we do so far? 30 minutes. Okay, 15 more minutes. Okay, we do 15 more minutes. Why not? I understood Toyu Akeda very well. Yeah. No, I understood very well. And it's a very, very nice expression. So, ba no ni. Let's just do ba no ni.
With ba noni. Ba noni. So, ba is the conjugation ba. It's the conditional conjugation. So, if verb noni.
Oh, yeah.
The noni comes at the end of the sentence. And it doesn't have any real sort of grammatical, how should I put it, effect on the sentence. What it does is it expresses regret. That noni is sort of a noni of noni, like
Noni.
If only this thing had happened, right? It's some form of distress. Like I'm distressed and regretful that this thing didn't happen. So if this could have happened or something like that. We'll see in the examples, but let's quickly talk about how to make it. We take the ba conjugation of a verb and the sentence with noni. What comes after it? Then e adjectives have to become kereba noni. Nodjectives, you use nara. The ba part is optional. The full thing would be nodjective naraba and then noni, but the ba is optional. Nouns nara,
Nara
is optional,
no
no ni.
ni.
So noun nara, no ni. So let's look at an example to see what this
日
means. So,
本のレストラ
日
ンでも
本のレストランでも
食べら
食
れなかったら
持ち帰ることが
持ち帰ることが
できればいいのに。
できればいいのに。
日本のレストランでも at Japanese restaurants as well, it would be nice if you could take food home when you are unable to eat it. So 食べられなかったら when you are unable to eat it, 持ち帰ることができればいいのに。So this, having e after ba is very common. It's sort of a set phrase actually almost. できればいいのに. It would be nice if. And that no ni expresses
I know this
the
expression.
disappointment in that, the fact that it's not true. できればいいのに. Disappointment in the fact that it's not true.
I
この
remember
服は
now.
かわいいけ
now.
ど
Wait,
These clothes are cute, but のに. It would be nice.
日本のレストランでも食べられなかったら持ち帰ることができればいいのに。It would have been nice if at Japanese restaurant we could 食べられなかったら if we could take food with us home 帰ることができればいいのに。If we couldn't eat it. Okay.
Nice if. And that no ni expresses the
So the ba is the if. Okay, I
the
understand. I know.
disappointment in that, the fact that it's not true. できればいいのに.
できればいいのに。
Disappointment in the fact that it's not true. この服はかわいいけど These clothes are cute, but 赤色があれば買うのにな。So this is like a totally separate sentence. So この服がかわいいけどこの服はかわいいけど Maybe there's a pause. 赤色があれば買うのにな。These clothes are cute, but if there was red, I would buy them. So they're expressing regret.
この服はかわいいけど赤色があれば買うのに。
Or disappointment that there's no red color of the clothes.
I think I know this expression as いいのに。ればいいのに。But adding a verb is the first time I see it.
Because if there was, they would buy it. あれば買うのに. The next one. Yes.
These clothes are cute. この服はかわいいけど But if there was red, I would buy them. 赤色があれば If there was red, 買うのにな I would buy them.
休みが終わらなければ So here we've got negative. So
終わらなけ
negative is
れば
going to be treated like it's an e adjective. So 終わらない You generally treat the conjugation, the negative conjugation, as if it's an e adjective. So we have ければ終わらなければ楽しいことだけ考えて過ごせるのに So here we've got a lot between the ba and the no ni. This is very common. If vacation didn't end, 休みが終わらなければ If vacation didn't end. 楽しいことだけ考えて過ごせるのに I could live just thinking about fun things. 楽しいことだけ考えて過ごせるのに。
休みが終わらなければ Vacation didn't end 休みが終わらなければ楽しいことだけ考えて過ごせるのに I could just live thinking about fun things 楽しいことだけ Only fun things I would think about spend time 過ごす means to spend time thinking about only
and regret at the fact that this is not the case. 休みが終わる The fact that it will finish. Right? There's sort of a contradiction here, I guess. Contradiction is maybe not the word, but it's not the case. If it were the case, this would be the case. So if this were the case, this would be the case. But it's not. 休みが終わらなければ If it didn't finish 楽しいことだけ考えて過ごせるように I could do this. And the regret here is expressing its regret at the fact that this is not the case.
Okay. Very nice. We're making progress for sure. That's amazing. Wish you all the best. No, I'm not going to do the test and two though. But I mean like our learning. Let's crash the exam. I'm not going to do the exam. I mean like I'm going to start learning N2. I don't think I will do exams now. it's not that I won't do them, but I don't know where to do them. That we don't have anywhere to do them, you know. Maybe I need to move to another country to do exam, like Japanese exam, GLPT exams. But I mean, I'm going to move to N3 to N2 after we finish with N3, because we're doing N3 now. I think after I finish this playlist, I'm going to start doing N3 Anki deck and like read a lot of things, Taroku and stuff. And hopefully by the end of the year, we complete what I have in my mind about N3. And next year, like from January, we start, or maybe February. Maybe we don't start N2. Maybe we later on. But if the plan goes well, from January or February, we start doing N2. We start doing N2, but not exam. No. I will not do exams. I read like the other book of Quartet. I'm not ready for exams, not going to lie. I will fail. I will fail miserably. I have to write a lot. I need to write a lot as well.
休日でも ATM の手数料が無料だったらいいのに。So here we're going to point out that you can also use the tara conditional, in the same exact way along with no need. 休日でも ATM の手数料が無料だったら
ATM の手数料が
いいのに。
無料
It
だ
would be
っ
nice
た
if
ら
ATM
だったらいい
fees
の
were
に
free on weekends and holidays. 2. Say meaning it's not free on weekends and holidays, so we're expressing disappointment in the fact that that is not the case.
It would be nice if ATM fees were free on weekends, holidays too. Wait, what do you mean? 休日でも ATM の手数料 Wait, so there are fees on ATMs? That's crazy.
It's not free on weekends. 無料だったらいいのに。It would be nice if ATM fees were free on weekends and holidays too. 休日でも ATM の手数料が無料
means free.
だったらいいのに。
いいのに。
It would be nice if ATM fees were free on weekends and holidays too. Say meaning it's not free on weekends and holidays, so we're expressing disappointment in the fact that that is not the case.
On weekends you pay fee. That's crazy. No, we do not pay fees.
休日でも
That's
ATM
weird.
の手数料が無料だったら if that were the case.
Hopefully they don't make it, because it seems they will take note from Japan.
いいのに it would be nice.
いいのに。
彼女もサーフィン。
Wait, so 休日でも ATM の手数料が無料だったらいいのに。It would be nice if ATM fees were free on weekends, holidays too. 休日でも ATM の手数料が無料だったらいいのに。It would be nice いいのにたらいいのに。So we can use たら as well, huh? だったらいいのに。It would be nice if ATM fees, ATM の手数料が were free, 無料だったら were free on weekends, 休日でも weekends, holidays. 休日 means weekends and holidays, okay.
ができたら一緒に遊べるのに。This is a very strange situation, but if only she could surf, we could hang out together. So expressing regret that she does not surf.
彼女もサーフィングができたら一緒に遊べるのに。
And apparently this person won't hang out with her unless she does surf.
なるほど。
No.
新しいや
And grammar books to most the bag I want. Very iru. It was a because I want to talk about a very strange situation, but if only she could surf, we could hang out together.
彼女もサーフィングができたら一 一緒に遊べるのに. Yeah, she must learn how to surf. You can try an example exam at home if you want. Oh, I can. Let's do it. Maybe we do it together on stream as well. I didn't think about that earlier, but example exam, huh? Okay, I'll try it. In any case, let's gambarone. I think you do well though. You don't even need to write kanji for GLPT, you know. Wait, what do you mean? You don't need kanji? I think the closest and most convenient GLPT test location for your would be Athens probably. In Athens there is, huh? Yeah, but it's I'm going to travel all the way there to make exam. No, it's not worth. It's not that it's not worth it, but I'm not thinking of moving like to Japan for work or anything. Maybe next year, maybe in 2 years. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I don't need it. That's why I'm not going to go to the trouble of going there. Pay a lot of money for. Maybe not N2 yet, but you might just pass N3. Not sure, but that's why you can find some example from past tests to see where you are. Of course, let's do this. I think we should start. I will test. I will find some N5 and 4 and 3 test examples and see. Okay, that's a very good idea, Ewin. That's actually a very good idea for a stream. The GLPT is just choose the correct answer. Multiple choice. You don't have to write. You don't have to write like essays and answers. Okay. Wait, so in Athens, huh? Athens is close. Is nearby. Athens GLPT exam. But it's still, I will have to go there. I have to buy a plane ticket. Have to stay in a hotel for, I don't know, at least a couple of days. 3 days, 4 days, I don't know. And have to go to the test. And it's a lot of work. And I don't need it. I don't need this like right away. In the future, when I learn more Japanese, when I reach 1,000 days, maybe I will just do N1 and that's it. I wouldn't need to do N3 and 2, you know. I'll just train so hard after 1,000 days for N1 and that's it. In 1st of December 2014. It was last year. Okay. 1st of December, Okay. So, yeah, but where? Okay, it's in Athens, of course. I've never went to Athens. That's weird. Never went there. Although, Philonos 48, still in Πειραιά. Ελληνικό Ιαπωνικό σύνδεσμο φιλίας. Like a Greek-Japanese friendship connection, something. Okay. Association, friendship association, Greek-Japanese association. Okay. So we go there. The losses. There is no exam. All right. So you have to go to another country to make exam. It's a lot of work. There is in 2025, 25. Until 14th of September, you have to register. Yeah, when is the exam though? 7th of December. Ah, it's in Christmas. Before Christmas. Where you are? It's fun. It's fun. Ewin, so how much? How much is the? It says on the web. Yeah, it's the Japanese. Yeah. Association. How much did you pay for? How much do you pay for the exam? No harm in that. Yeah, as a stream, it could also be interesting if it's okay to stream it. We will make. This is actually a very good idea. We make a stream about GLPT. We do N5 and 4 and 3. We can play with the answers. I'm taking it since it might help me get certain jobs in the future. No, it's good. It's very good to have. The more diplomas you have, the more certificates you have, the better, of course. But yeah, so the next exam is in 7th of December. All right. And it's only in December. Only one exam a year. Only one exam a year, it seems. Okay. Ah, 70 euro. Not even much. Not that much, huh? Okay. Not even that much. Very nice. Ewing, I think we do it, huh? I think we do it one day. No, as I told you. Maybe we do. I go straight for N1, you know. I'll just keep learning, keep like learning a lot. I will learn a lot. I will write a lot of kanji. I actually need to make. I actually made a schedule to write each kanji at least 100 times with a pen, you know, with my hands. It's in July and December. July and December. But some test locations only offer it once per year. Okay. It seems in Athens it's only December. All right. I didn't know that. But okay. And you said, Ewin, it's only multiple choice, huh? So you do not write answers or essay or something. Yeah, in my country it's in July, but it's in December in a neighboring country. So I might even go to these to take it. Okay. Traveling to another countries to write exams. That's actually very interesting. Oh, maybe one day, because I realized I've never went to Athens, which is very weird. Maybe one day I go to Athens for holidays for a week and write an exam as well.
So expressing regret.
I went to a lot of countries in Europe, but I never went to Athens.
That she does not surf.
It's actually unacceptable. I just realized that, and I feel angry. I feel angry.
And apparently this person won't hang out with her unless she does surf. So, 彼女も surfing, if only she could also surf. I actually missed the mo there. If only she could also surf, 一緒に遊べるのに we could hang out together. Disappointment that she doesn't surf.
Yeah, she must surf. Surfing is a necessary skill. 彼女もサーフィンができたら if only she could surf 一緒に遊べるのに we could hang out together.
Disappointment that she doesn't surf.
Okay.
All right. So one of the main things I want to talk about here is that if what comes here between the ba and the noni is in the past tense, there's a few things you need to be careful about. The first one is that if it's a normal verb in a normal conjugation, a present tense that is, it needs to be te ireba. Now, we spent hours scouring the internet and grammar books to find out if it was a rule, and if it was a rule, why it was a rule. what it came down to in the end is we figured out that it basically is a rule. I was trying to figure out why it couldn't just be the present tense of like tabereba. Why does it have to be tabeteireba, the teiru form, right? Why does it have to be that way if what comes after is the past tense? Couldn't find why. We spent hours searching. What it came down to is it's just how it is. Okay? So if what comes after the ba part portion is past tense, it's going to be teiru. If it's a negative, it doesn't need to be teiru. So verb negative would just be nakereba. As always, noni. And aru and iru will be areba, ireba. Because there is no teiru form of the verbs aru and ireba. There isn't a teiru form. You can't use the teiru form there. So those will stay areba and ireba, regardless of if there's a past tense. So what happens in the textbook, and this is why I want to mention it. What it says in the book, right, is it says when y, so where this mark is y in the textbook, is in the past tense, it expresses the speaker's regret that y, the desired result, would have happened if x had been true, or the speaker would have done y if x had been true. So it just says that. There's nothing about teiru or teiru. And then all of the examples, or the only example, uses the verb, a negative of the verb. So it's nakereba, right? So it wouldn't be teiru. And every website we could find, all of the examples were without fail either areba or ireba or a negative. So without fail, all of the examples avoided using regular present tense verbs when there was a past tense verb that came after it. So it was very, very hard to find examples with a present tense verb, despite it being fairly common. It's not like it's weird. I think most places just didn't want to explain it. So that's what we're going to point out here. We're starting with a negative in our first example sentence. So we've got arerugi ga nakereba. If I didn't have allergies. Ironna ryori wo.
Ironna ryori wo. I love speaking Japanese. It's multiple choice, huh? Yeah. Multiple choice. Okay. So it's easy. It's easy. You just have to understand. You just have to read a lot, basically. You just have to read a lot. Like, you have to recognize everything you read in order to understand correctly the question. Okay. So it's a lot more on reading. Like, there is no like speaking, listening, something like that? Nothing. Just have to read, basically. Because there is speaking, writing, listening, and of course comprehension. That's what we did in English, at least. In English exam, we did speaking, we did listening, we did writing, multiple choice, and in one exam, all of this in one exam, by the way. And we wrote an essay, like a whole essay, and we read a text, a full text, and answered questions. I thought it would be this type of exam, but only multiple choice is going to be very easy. Not easy, but of course there is a lot of difficulty in it. But you do not need a lot of studying, you know. Just need to understand the questions. Of course, understanding the questions requires a lot of studying, but the exam itself is going to be easy, not like English. English took us 3 hours to finish, which was crazy. You read a whole text, you answer questions, grammar questions, questions about text, like you read the text, answer question about the text. There are grammar exercises. After that, you go to speaking with a teacher. Speaking, actually, it's a different day. And of course, there is listening, like you listen to text and you answer questions based on the audio. They give you only 2 times to audio.
食べられたの
But
に
yeah,
I could
I thought this is what the GLPT would be.
have eaten various things. So here's the past tense, right? But because the first verb, アレルギーがない is a negative, it's just アレルギーがなければいろいろな料理を食べられたのに Alright. The next one, I'm 料理を食べられ
いろいろな料理を食べ 食べられたのに I could have eaten various things いろいろな料理を食べられたのに if I didn't have アレルギーがなければ
All right. The next one, I'm going to show you what the difference is between the two. So, 小さい頃からギターをやっていれば if I had played guitar from a young age 音楽をもっと楽しめるのに I could now enjoy music more, right? 楽しめる. So that's not past tense. So the next one, all we changed was 楽しめる to 楽しめた. And it becomes 小さい頃からギターをやっていれば音楽をもっと楽しめたのに If I had played guitar from a young age, I would have been able to enjoy music more. So the nuance there is that with the present tense, I could enjoy music more. Now, the nuance in the second one is that I would have been able to enjoy music more in the past.
Okay.
So that's why
小さい頃からギターをやっていれば音楽をもっと楽しめるのに小さい頃からギターをやっていれば音楽をもっと楽しめたのに
why you might have the past tense in the second part. But if it is the past tense, it has to be やっていれば. Whereas if it's the present tense, it could be, depending on what the verb and stuff is, it could be just the present tense conditional. So やれば, right? But past tense, it must be ている for regular forms. やっていれば音楽をもっと楽しめたのに. Just think of it as a rule.
Okay.
All right, next.
All right. I understand. I mean, you have limited time. It has reading and listening comprehension. It has. Okay. It has. But you yourself don't have to write or speak. Just choose an answer. Okay. So it can be tough, but it is very doable if you prepare well. Ewin, I promise I'm going to prepare very well. I'm going to read a lot every day, every day. 決して止まらない. We're going to finish this. We're going to finish Shinchan. We're going to make a lot of Anki decks. We're going to make a lot of decks. A lot of Anki decks, yeah. And N3, N2, and N1 for sure. Going to prepare. Going to reach N1. And yeah, N1. I'm going to reach N1 on my own without exam. But then I will do exam later.
Next one is another ている. 先週の飲み会を我慢していれば欲しいバグが買えたのに If I had been able to stand not going to last week's drinking party, I could have bought the bag I want. 先週の飲み会を我慢していれば If I had been able to stand or been patient, been able to stand not going to last week's drinking party, 欲しいバッグが買えたのに I could have bought the bag I want.
先週の飲み会を我慢していれば欲しいバッグが買えたのに If I had been able to stand not going to last week's drinking party 先週の飲み会を我慢していれば欲しいバッグが買えたのにI could have bought the bag I want.
が買えたのに I could have bought the bag I want.
I wanted basically because it's no, it's I want. 欲しいバッグが買えた bought. No, it's correct.
To last week's drinking party 欲しいバッグが買えたのに I could have bought the bag I want.
I haven't taken the actual exam before, but I did the closest thing to it. Taking a past exam at home for practice fun with the exact set time limits. Oh, okay, okay. So this is your first GLPT, huh? You jumped straight to N2. You didn't need to take N4 and 3, whatever. Straight to N2, huh? So, yeah, it's better this way. You do not need all of them, no? I think I'm going to do the same, but maybe N2 as well. Maybe I do N2 and N1. But I think I'm aiming for N1 straight. But yeah, I think we're going to have fun as well. I will look for test examples, and try to do the same. You know, we have fun on stream. All right.
Story time. This is the end.
But I will do this, or maybe we do it with N5. You know, we don't have to do N2 straight away, because I wouldn't know anything. We do it with N5. Let's see. I will keep it in the goals.
End of the story that we've been reading. Some kind of accident happened because this guy does not enjoy speaking on the phone, and he went straight to Dikomo, the cell phone company, and what he thought would take 30 minutes took 3.5 hours, and then he was hungry and he went out to lunch. So let's see what happened. I'm going to read it slowly one time, then at full speed. We'll go over the English and we'll get to question time. So,
ディコモショップ
ディコモショップの後には、ラーメン屋にも行って家に帰った。
帰った
出かけてからもう5時間も経っていた。そこで僕が見たものは、家に帰ってきたというより、家が怪人に帰したものだった。家はもうなかった。僕は出かける前にオーブンでクッキーを焼いていることをすっかり忘れて出かけてしまったんだ。忘れなければ家を失わなかったのに。電話が苦手じゃなければクッキーさえ楽しめたのに。僕はその灰の中に見つけたよく焼けたクッキーを拾って泣きながら食べた。Full speed。ディコモショップの後にはラーメン屋にも行って家に帰った。出かけてからもう5時間も経っていた。そこで僕が見たものは家に帰ってきたというより家が怪人に帰したものだった。家はもうなかった。僕は出かける前にオーブンでクッキーを焼いていることをすっかり忘れて出かけてしまったんだ。忘れなければ家を失わなかったのに。電話が苦手じゃなければクッキーさえ楽しめたのに。僕はその灰の中に見つけたよく焼けたクッキーを拾って泣きながら食べる。Let's break this down.
Okay, yeah, I didn't understand anything, not going to lie. Why would I pay for all them if I can't just take one? Right, yeah, exactly. Straight away N2, that's it. Finish the job. Also, N2 is supposed to be enough most of the time as a qualification, huh? Okay. So, Ewin, so you're thinking to go to Japan after, like, in the future, maybe? So, N2 is enough, huh? I would show them N1 so that they can be more impressed, whoever they are. But yeah, so you're preparing, huh? Ewin, so you're preparing. But I might try N1 sometime in the future. If nothing else, it will be interesting. It's definitely interesting, not going to lie. Exams, even though I used to hate exams, but not going to lie, it brings you like there is an action in it, you know. There is you get more active. You prepare. You get anxious a little bit, and Like it stress you, but it's a good thing though. It's a good thing. You get a lot of benefits from exams, not going to lie. Not always, but if you decide, if you want, it's okay. But if you are forced to do them, I hate. I used to hate exams so much. But yeah. So you're preparing, huh? You're preparing for Nihon ni iku.
The first sentence is Dikomo shoppu no ato ni. After going to the Dikomo shop, we base this on there's a Docomo is the name of a cell phone company in Japan, so we don't want to use their company name because they'll sue us. So Dikomo shoppu.
Dikomo shoppu no ato ni wa, after going to the Dikomo shop,
No ato ni wa, after going to the Dikomo shop, ramen ya ni mo itte. I also went to a ramen shop, itte, and ie ni kaita, and then went home. 出かけてからも5時間も経っていた。5 hours had already passed since I went out. そこで僕が見たものは The thing I saw there was less 家に帰ってきたというより was less I went home than 家が灰燼に帰したものだった。My home was completely burned to ash.
Burned, kaijin. Means to burn.
So this is an I guess not an idiom, but like it's just a phrase. Kaijin ni kishita means to be turned to ash, just reduced to ash. Basically, is the phrase we could have used here. My home was reduced to ash. Kaijin ni kishita mono datta, or returned to ash.
Kaijin ni kishita. I thought it was burned actually.
Is what I saw. Ie wa mou nakatta. My house was already gone. 僕は出かける前に before I went out オーブンでクッキーを焼いていることをすっかり忘れて出かけてしまったんだ。I completely forgot that.
So it was burned. Gaijin was burned actually.
すっかり忘れて Before I went out, I had been baking cookies in the oven. オーブンでクッキーを焼いていることをすっかり忘れて I forgot that. And I left the house like that.
What does すっかり mean? Like that?
出かけてしまったんだ。忘れなければ家を失わなかったのに。If I hadn't forgotten, I wouldn't have had my home taken from me.
すっかり忘れて出かけてしまったんだ。忘れなければ If I haven't forgotten, 家を失わなかったのに。Okay. Completely. すっかり means completely, huh? すっかり。すっかり忘れて I completely forgot. すっかり Very nice word. Very nice word. I'll at least visit Japan, but for now, my wish is to teach Japanese in my country. Okay. That's very nice. Ewin, I told you, you can make a business in Japanese in the future, but you never know for sure what future might bring. I told you, Ewin, you can make a business about Nihongo. You're very good at teaching. Not going to lie, when you were explaining Shin-chan text, I could understand a lot of things. So yeah, it's a very good option, not going to lie.
If I hadn't forgotten,
but yeah, すっかり忘れて I completely forgotten and left. 出かけてしまったんだ。
家を失わなかった。So here's the regret. 失わなかったのに。電話が苦手じゃなければ。クッキーさえ楽しめたのに。If I wasn't that using the phone, I could have even enjoyed cookies. So that's Sai from last time. I could have even enjoyed cookies. クッキーさえ楽しめたのに。僕は
I could even enjoy cookies. 電話が苦手じゃなければ。If I wasn't bad at using the phone, クッキーさえ楽しめたのに I could have even enjoyed cookies.
その灰の中に見つけたよく焼けたクッキーを拾って泣きながら食べた。Among those ashes, I scooped up a well-baked cookie I discovered and ate it while I cried.
僕はその灰の中に That's actually very poetic. 僕はその灰の中に見つけたよく I forgot what's that word?
Among those ashes, I scooped up a well-baked cookie. よく焼けたクッキーなのに if I wasn't bad at using the phone, I could have even enjoyed cookies. So that's
電話が苦手じゃなければ、クッキーさえ楽しめたのに。
sigh from last time. I could have even enjoyed cookies. クッキーさえ楽しめたのに。僕はその灰の中に見つけたよく焼けたクッキーを拾って。
よく焼けたクッキーを拾せて、泣きながら食べた。
Among those ashes, I scooped up a well-baked cookie I discovered and ate it while I cried.
Okay. That's
The end.
an interesting story. But yeah, very, very nice story. Completely. Well baked. よく焼けた。Okay, very, very interesting story.
Question time.
Question time.
あなたが今後悔していることを教えてください。So please tell us something that
Wait, so yaketa means well baked. Yaketa, yakeru, to burn. Wait, to burn.
焼ける
Yakeru, to burn down, to go down in flames. Roasted, thoroughly cooked, to be thoroughly cooked. Okay. So yoku yaketa, to be thoroughly cooked. Well cooked, well baked, basically.
you regret or you're disappointed about. Example. 今夜仕事が終われば友達と飲みに行けるのに if tonight's work had finished, I could go out drinking with my friend. But obviously, I'm disappointed because that's not the case. コロナがなければパーティーにたくさん人を呼べるのに if there wasn't corona, I could call a bunch of people to the party. But I can't. That's why I'm disappointed in using 場のに. So, what's something that you were disappointed in or that you regret using?
Something that I'm disappointed in. Of course, 仕事があれば、たくさん日本語を勉強しているのに。Alright.
場のに. Thumbs up を攻撃してください. Please smash the thumbs up button if you're into that. チャンネル登録お願いします. And please subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. And make sure.
Alright, so done with Tokini Andy as well for today. Alright, yeah, the yakeru. Wait, I can't remember this kanji. Yakiniku, yes. Yakiniku, the grilled yamame as well, the grilled fish. Yaki is actually yaki is to the cook. Yeah, yaketa. Okay. So well baked meat, which is Japanese dish, meat similar to Korean barbecue. Okay. I remember. It's only well baked when it starts to turn black. It was all in flames. It was all in flames. But it was a very interesting story, not going to lie. It was the ending was poetic. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. Even if it's late at night, bro, it's very late. I'm going to sleep a few hours today and then wake up tomorrow early in the morning so that at night I will go to work for a few hours and come back at 9 o'clock and sleep early, like sleep at 10 o'clock or something. We play Shinchan tomorrow, go out and play Shinchan, and then the cycle is done. But anyways, guys, mata ashita, and oyasumi nasai, guys, oyasumi nasai. And Ewin, good luck. Good luck with the exam. And I told you, you can start the business, and I can take the marketing, I will promote your lessons, your courses everywhere in the internet. When I become famous, when I make a lot of videos, I can I can promote your courses. You know, you make courses, and I promote them. I would say to the people, I make videos on my YouTube channel when I become famous, when I have 1 million subscribers. I would say that this is the master of Japanese. Buy her courses, and people would buy, and you will become rich. So yeah, this is the plan. But yeah, anyways, guys, oyasumi nasai and matashita. Bye bye. Bye bye.